Welcome to the Cheating Secrets channel. We hope you enjoy today's story. Liam, you're back. Mia greeted her husband with joy in the hallway. Great, I just finished everything. Come in, I've just poured you the mushroom soup you love so much, so sit down at the table. She kissed him on the cheek and added, I spent a lot of time today finding the right mushrooms at the market. Liam furrowed his brows. He was tired of his wife's endless chatter about shopping and cooking. It seemed to him that nothing else mattered to Mia. She used to take care of the kids, but their son had grown up and moved away from maternal influence, and their daughter had moved in, with her boyfriend only calling when she needed money. What are you waiting for? Mia asked, returning to the hallway. The soup is already on the table, or it will get cold. Mia, I have to leave, Liam said regretfully, looking at his wife. Why? She didn't understand. You just got back. What happened at work? I'm leaving for good, Liam said irritably. Mia continued to look at him in bewilderment. Don't you understand yet? Liam grabbed his suitcase. I'm leaving for another woman, someone I love, he said. Mia shuddered. What about me? She was shocked. Sometimes that's how life goes, Liam replied. We raised our children together, but now I feel like it's time for us to move on. Liam began packing his things. Were you happy with me? Mia asked, biting her lip to hold back tears. I'm grateful for our years together, Liam replied. But I feel trapped. I need something new. Mia realized that Liam had made up his mind. What about our children, relatives, friends? She asked. The kids are adults now, Liam said, closing the suitcase. And we don't have many relatives and friends. They'll understand. What about me? Mia repeated anxiously, looking at her husband, who had stopped in the doorway. You also have the opportunity to start a new life, just without me, Liam said, and the front door closed behind him as Mia heard him quickly descending the stairs. Peeking out the window, she saw her husband getting into a beautiful car that quickly drove away from the yard. Mia walked into the room, seeing clothes scattered on the floor, and sat down in the chair. Normally she would start cleaning right away, but now she turned away indifferently. What did I do wrong? She wondered. I tried to be a good wife, kept the house clean and cozy, cooked new dishes every day, but I hardly had any time for myself, she sighed. Getting up, Mia approached the mirror, studying the reflection of a middle-aged woman with a slightly fuller figure. She ran her hand over her face. Look at these wrinkles. How did I not notice them before? Running her hand through her hair, she continued, and so many gray hairs on my head. Why didn't I notice them before? She examined herself from all angles. The bottom button on my robe is missing. I didn't even notice. And it's all stained. How many times did I tell myself to wear an apron when cooking? She muttered. Although, who sees me at home? We have to dress decently at work, so I have outfits. But they all look the same. I don't know how to choose something for myself. I always bought everything for my son and daughter. And I try to please Liam with new shirts or ties. And he parades around in these shirts in front of someone else, she sighed. Walking into the kitchen, Mia saw the cooled soup on the table. Pouring it out, she smashed the plate in the sink with such force that it broke in half. That's how my life split in two, Mia shook her head. Now I'm absolutely nobody's concern. She lay down on the couch, put her head on the pillow, and cried softly, drifting into an involuntary sleep. In the morning, a bright sunbeam woke her up. Stretching, Mia at first couldn't remember why she was lying on the couch, but then she recalled the previous evening and felt sadness again. Despite this, it was time for her to get ready for work. Nora, the head accountant, was strict, and Mia decided it was best not to be late. What happened to you? Ines whispered, looking at Mia's pale face. You look so pale. Let's talk about it later. Mia waved off Ines when she noticed Nora's gaze on them during lunch break. Ines nodded silently and returned to typing on the keyboard, while Mia stared at the screen, her thoughts somewhere far away. She still couldn't believe that Liam had actually left her. Now, my life has lost its meaning, Mia muttered to herself. Even the children live their own lives, didn't even come to congratulate me on my birthday, just limited to formal phrases over the phone. That's all that's left. Mia didn't notice tears streaming down her cheeks. She quickly wiped them away, looking around in fear. It seems like no one noticed, she sighed. In relief, trying to get back to her report. Are you going to have lunch? She heard Ines' voice. You're so engrossed in your work that you don't even keep track of time. Yes, Mia replied, coming out of her thoughts. I'll just grab my bag, and we'll go to the cafe. Mia and Ines sat silently across from each other, eating. So what happened? Ines asked, pushing her empty plate away. You don't even want to eat today? Liam left me. Mia's eyes filled with tears again. He left. Ines frowned. Why? Did he leave you? Mia hung her head, her hands trembling. Ines pulled out some tissues from her bag and handed them to Mia to wipe her tears. It's better if people don't suspect anything, Ines added. What should we do? Mia lifted her tear-filled eyes to Ines. I don't want to go back home. My life feels meaningless. Was there any meaning before? Ines frowned. Or do you think fulfilling Liam's whims was always the purpose of your life? You cared so much about him that you forgot about yourself, Ines said angrily. You only talked about Liam. What did you buy for him? What are you cooking for dinner? Liam loves fish. Liam loves thin pancakes, Ines teased Mia. And you? What do you love? Ines asked, looking her straight in the eyes. I'm not spoiled, Mia smiled sadly. For me, it's important that my husband and kids are happy. You're not thinking about yourself. Again, Ines remarked, tapping her hand on the table. By the way, when was the last time you took a vacation? Mia pondered. I don't even remember. Oddly enough, that vacation seemed unnecessary to me. Liam goes on. Vacation alone, saying it's not customary for friends and wives to join. But in reality, Mia's eyes filled with tears again. All right, fine, Ines said decisively. You're going to see our madam. They referred to the head accountant and demand a vacation starting tomorrow. What? Mia panicked, waving her hands. Firstly, I'm scared to go to her. Secondly, she definitely won't let me go. And thirdly, I haven't even finished my report. How long do you need to finish this stupid report? Ines said sternly. Well, Mia thought. A day, approximately. Or even less, maybe half a day, if I work late. I think I can manage. Mia frowned. Ines got up from the table. So you're going to the head accountant and demanding your vacation. I can't demand anything. Mia lowered her gaze. Besides, I always enter her office trembling. She rarely calls me. I won't be able to handle it. Ines opened the door, and they walked out onto the street. Now, your new life begins, where you have to be brave and active. And why do I suddenly need a vacation at work? Mia exclaimed. At least you'll get your mind off the sad thoughts, Ines replied confidently. And then you'll deal with yourself and your thoughts. Rearrange the furniture in the apartment. Get rid of unnecessary things, Ines hinted at her husband's belongings. Go to the hairdresser. And one more thing, Ines said mysteriously. I know something that will help you gain confidence and get rid of sadness and sorrow. What? Exactly? Mia asked with interest. I'll tell you this evening. They have already entered the office, where their accounting department was located. Let's write a leave request, and then go sign it with Nora. Mia took a piece of paper and began writing carefully. Kindly grant me annual leave. May I come in? Mia knocked and cautiously peeked into the office of the head accountant. Nora was sitting at the desk signing documents. What do you need? She asked sternly, looking at Mia through her glasses. I have a request, Mia nervously muttered, handing over the paper. What kind of request? Nora took off her glasses and placed them on the table. Are you resigning? No, Mia replied fearfully. I want to go on leave. Where? The head accountant exclaimed in surprise. Have you lost your mind? How can you go on leave during the reporting period? Reports I've almost finished mine, Mia said softly. I just need to double-check some numbers. But everything will be ready by the evening. Why do you suddenly need leave? Nora continued to glare at Mia angrily. Have your children grown up, or have you and your husband decided at the last minute to go somewhere together? Mia's face contorted in pain, tears streaming down her cheeks. My husband left me yesterday. He said he fell in love with another woman, she whispered. Suddenly, Nora's expression changed. She walked over to Mia and pointed to a chair nearby. I understand that you're going through a difficult time, she said sadly. My husband also left me a few years ago. I understand what you're going through. Mia looked at her boss. Yes, don't be surprised, Nora nodded her head. Do you remember the movie Rich Also Cry? I'm not rich, of course, but even people in managerial positions have their personal problems. Did your husband come back? Mia sighed. Yes, he came back, Nora replied. He apologized, said he made a mistake. I forgave him, but not completely. We live together, but In reality, she sighed again. I'm still alone. She walked over to the window. Mia was silent. She didn't expect such a conversation with the head accountant. I remember when my husband left me, Nora continued. I almost stopped sleeping and eating. Only the children supported me. But then I realized that my husband leaving wasn't so bad. I had free time. I started reading, and even went on a sea voyage. So, Mia, I understand what you're going through. But everything will pass, and you will be happy again. Nora returned to her desk, signed Mia's leave request, and said, send it to the accounting department. They will process your leave and pay your vacation pay. I hope you won't disappoint me with the report. Thank you so much, Nora, Mia said happily. I won't disappoint you, I promise. So, madam, have you signed the request? Ines asked. Yes, I have, Mia nodded. I'm sorry, but I need to finish the report. Don't wait for me today after work. I'll have to stay late. Okay, I'll call you in the evening when I get home, Ines said, sighing. Mia felt lost. She tried calling her children, but was disappointed. Hello, her daughter answered. Irritably. Mom, this is urgent. I don't have time. She heard noise and voices in the background. I feel very lonely, Mia said plaintively. Maybe Dad will cheer you up? Her daughter suggested. Dad left me for another woman, Mia said. Where did he go? Her daughter didn't understand. Your dad left me for another woman. He said he was bored with me. And he did the right thing, the girl replied indifferently. Nothing. Interests you except cooking and ironing. Even when Mike and I lived with you, you only asked the same questions. Did you eat? Did you finish your homework? Mom, you've never been interested in what we're passionate about, who we're friends with, or what we dream about. But I wanted to share my secrets with you, too. Ask you things, and just sit in the kitchen and talk about the boy I'm in love with, Mia cried and didn't want to intrude into their lives. So you missed my warmth too? Don't be offended, Mom, Alice pleaded, but Dad didn't see much warmth from you either. Yes, you took care of him, but a man wants to see a woman in a woman, not just an attachment to a stove and a washing machine. That's why he left, probably. For someone who values herself and knows how to use it. What should I do now? Mia cried even louder. I'm not used to living for myself. Everything in this life needs to be learned, the daughter philosophized. It's not too late for you to start over, Mom. And anyway, you're the most beautiful woman too. Me. You just need to change your attitude toward yourself, get a new haircut, buy a bright dress, and maybe even fall in love. Fall in love at my age, Mia laughed. It's impossible. If you really want to, everything is possible. In this life, Mom. I'll come to you on the weekend, and we'll talk about everything, okay? And don't worry about Dad. He'll come back, I'm sure of it. When did you become so grown up and smart? Mia couldn't even call a psychologist. Her daughter didn't have time to finish her sentence. Laughing, she said goodbye to her mother and ended the call. Mia barely placed the phone on the bedside table when it rang again after a minute. Ines, she saw her friend's number on the display. Well, how are you? Ines cautiously asked. I was just talking, replied Mia. Ines, for the first time in my life, we talk like adults. Of course I felt a little offended by what she said about me, but maybe she's right. I just didn't notice much while trying to live for the family. It turns out that my children needed more than just tasty food and cleanliness in the apartment. They needed something more in terms of emotional communication. Probably Liam didn't get that. That's what pulled him away, admitted Mia. Oh, finally, you're beginning to see, her friend rejoiced. Alice has grown very smart. You just didn't notice it. You always treated her like a little girl. And you still haven't let go of your son. And Mike, by the way, has also grown up. It's great that he decided to live independently, separate from you. Anyway, Mia, you have wonderful children, and you can be proud of them. And I'm proud of you, Mia sobbed. I just need some time to realize that they have already grown up. Although I don't want to let them go from under my maternal wing, she confessed. Listen, I almost forgot, Ines exclaimed. On Saturday at 3, I'll come for you, and we'll go somewhere together. No, I won't tell you where we're going yet. You might not agree. I hope you haven't scared anything criminal. Calm down, Mia, nothing terrible. I hope you'll like it, Ines assured her. After agreeing to meet on the weekend, Mia once again placed the phone on the bedside table and went to the kitchen. Wow, so many events have happened in the last few days, Mia thought, adjusting the curtain at the window. Nora turned out to be a warm-hearted person, and we always thought of her as a miser. I had an open conversation with my daughter. Ines is inviting somewhere for the weekend. Liam left. Mia realized she was about to cry and quickly tried to pull herself together. Maybe I should take a look at the woman he traded me for. Mia immediately got scared of her thought. No, it's not worth it. In the morning, Mia woke up and looked at the alarm clock. Quickly jumping out of bed, she had overslept. She started to panic, rushing to get ready for work. Only when she was putting on her shoes in the hallway did she slap herself on the forehead and laugh. I'm on vacation. How could I forget? Mia changed back into her casual clothes and walked through the rooms, trying to figure out what to do. She opened the wardrobe and saw that her husband hadn't taken all his clothes, leaving behind a dark blue suit, several shirts, and some personal items on the shelf. She stood in front of the closet, looking at his clothes. She couldn't bring herself to take these things out of the closet and put them somewhere else. After some thought, Mia moved the hangers with the men's clothing further away and was surprised to find that her own wardrobe consisted of only one fancy dress that she wore for all occasions, several blouses, a couple of skirts, and a summer dress that she was hesitant to wear because of the low neckline. After surveying the bedroom, Mia decided to rearrange it. Their marital bed consisted of two separate beds connected to each other. With her husband, they slept on their own sides, under different blankets. Now Mia decided to separate these beds, placing them on opposite sides of the room. It was difficult, of course, but she managed to do it, and tired from the physical effort, she went to the kitchen to treat herself to a cup of coffee and make a small cheese sandwich. Mia sat at the table and suddenly caught herself thinking that she had never eaten so calmly before. In the morning, she woke up earlier than everyone else, quickly washed up, and hurried to the kitchen to prepare breakfast. The children ate and went to school, then to college. Liam leisurely drank his morning coffee, reading newspapers, and went to work. Mia had to hurry to clear the table, wash the dishes, and rush to work. Sometimes she didn't have time to eat anything in the morning. She had dinner later than everyone else. Her children and husband sat at the table, and Mia bustled around them, serving food on plates and pouring tea. And only when they dispersed to their rooms did Mia sit down at the table and eat quickly because she still had to clean up the kitchen, iron the laundry, and mop the floors. She went to bed late, trying not to disturb her husband, who was already asleep, and it continued day after day, year after year. And now she sat in the cozy kitchen, slowly drinking coffee and contemplating what else could be changed in the apartment. Maybe I should change the curtains in the bedroom, she thought aloud. Liam never liked light curtains. He preferred the room to be dim. But I love it when sunlight enters the room. It warms my soul. After changing the curtains, Mia hung up paintings on the walls that had been collecting dust in the closet for a long time because Liam didn't like anything hanging on the walls. Now Mia stood in the middle of the room and didn't recognize it. She had finally done everything in the room just as she had long dreamed of. She didn't change anything in the former children's room. She hoped that the children would sometimes come to visit her and stay overnight. But in the large room, or as she called it, the living room, Mia also changed the curtains, removed the floor lamp that she never liked, but that Liam liked to use when reading newspapers while sitting in his armchair. She tidied up the bookcase and replaced the huge carpet on the floor with a small rug near the sofa. Regarding the carpet, Mia even tried to argue with Liam because she was the one who had to clean it with considerable effort, but her husband said that the carpet created a special coziness in the room, and he wasn't going to give it up. After tidying up in the bathroom, Mia lay down on the bed and immediately fell asleep, sleeping through until morning without waking up once during the night. In the morning, Ines called her and reminded her that she would come for Mia, as they had agreed a few days ago. "Where are you taking me?" Mia asked anxiously, barely keeping up with her friend. "Wait, you'll find out everything soon." Ines confidently led her friend down the street. "Here we are," she said, looking at the sign. Mia looked at Ines in bewilderment. "Eastern Dance Studio," she read. "Where have you brought me? Why did you stop?" Ines grabbed her friend's hand. "Come on. They're waiting for us there." "I won't go anywhere," Mia objected. "I'm not in the mood for dancing right now." "Mia," Ines said sadly, "but I've already arranged it. I can't let the person down. We'll just take a look, And if you don't like it, we'll leave immediately. Maybe we shouldn't go. Right now? Mia hesitated, stepping back. Come on, look at me. What kind of dancer am I? Ines clapped her hands on her sides. Let's go, she said angrily. It's uncomfortable to be late. Following Ines, Mia entered the large hall, where mirrors lined the walls. Hello, said a mature woman in a luxurious Eastern costume, a scarf tied around her hips with coins jingling with every movement. My name is Amira. I'm pleased to welcome you to our studio. Mia looked excitedly at the Eastern beauty. Please change into comfortable clothes and join our group. She gestured to women of different ages who eagerly awaited the start of the class. Why did you make me wear sports pants and a t-shirt? Mia whispered to her friend. I thought we were going on a picnic. I feel awkward standing in this outfit next to other women, dressed in loose trousers, skirts, and pretty tops. It's just for the first class, Ines reassured her. Then we'll find the right attire for you. Maybe even make costumes prettier than those worn by these dancers. Do you think I'll come here again? Mia whispered anxiously. I think one class will be enough for me. Girls, Amira clapped her hands. Let's finish the conversation. We'll start our class now. Newbies can stand in the last row and repeat the movements we've already learned. So let's begin, announced Amira as beautiful Eastern music started playing, and everyone started following Amira's movements, gracefully swaying their bodies. At first, Mia felt embarrassed, thinking everyone was watching her, but seeing that the women were attentively observing Amira, she relaxed a bit and started moving her hips to the music. So, did you like it? Asked Ines as they walked out onto the street. I don't know, Mia shrugged. Uncertainly. It's still unfamiliar to me. I hope you'll come here next Tuesday, her friend asked cautiously, because it's hard to tell if you liked it or not after just one try. And you used to do belly dancing, right? Mia asked her. I've watched you a bit. You're really good at it. Yes, when the kids were younger, I used to leave them with their grandmother and go to those classes. Ines nodded. I was having some issues with my husband back then. We were growing apart, and someone suggested to me that belly dancing could boost attractiveness in the eyes of the opposite sex. Did it help you? Mia inquired. Though, why am I asking? Your fiancé literally adores you. I don't understand why I need this. Liam has already left me.